1, we'll be tackling JAMB CBT past questions for English language year 2019. And in this video clip, we'll be tackling question for the 665 rather. So join me as we begin with question for the 6. Choose the word opposite in meaning to the word or words underlined. Procrastination is the enemy of progress. A. Acceleration. Option B. Laziness. C. Hard work. D. Tiredness. The word underlined is procrastination. Now, what does procrastination mean? Procrastination is to delay, postpone, or put off an activity or a work that has to be done. Acceleration is the speed in motion, or to make things fast. Laziness is the unwillingness to do something. Hard work is the strength or willingness to do something. Tiredness, the need to sleep or rest. So from this option and explanation, we'll see that the answer is option A, because it is the opposite of procrastination. Procrastination means to delay. Acceleration means to speed up. So option A is the best answer. Question 47. Choose the one opposite in meaning to the word or words underlined. Chief, money misroad is a sitting duck. A. Vulnerable. B. Invincible. C. Lazy. D. Quick-witted. Now the word underlined is sitting duck. What does sitting duck means? Sitting duck is to be exposed to danger, to be without any form of protection from attack. Now vulnerable is exposure to danger also, which is synonymous to the word sitting duck, but then we are looking for the opposite of the word. Invincible is someone or something that cannot be defeated. Lazy, unwillingness to work. Quick-witted means the ability to understand something quickly. So from this explanation, we see that invincible is the opposite of sitting duck. Option B is the correct answer. Question 48. Choose the one opposite in meaning to the word or words underlined. I abhor a traitor. Option A, fallacious person. Option B, revealer of secrets. Option C, progressive elements. Option D, keeper of secrets. Now the word underlined is traitor. A traitor is one who betrays. Option A, fallacious person means deceptive person, a person who deceives, which is synonymous to the word traitor. B, revealer of secrets. Revealer of secrets is also someone who betrays. That is not the answer. Option C, progressive element. It does not apply in this context. Option D, keeper of secrets. Keeper of secret is one who keeps secrets, one who will not eventually betray you if you tell him or her a secret. So option D is the correct answer. Question 49. Choose the word with the same vowel sound as the one in brackets. The word is cacophony. Option A, soul. Option B, sun. Option C, scissors. Option D, comb. Now let's go back to the board for proper explanation and transcription. So the word is this. And it is transcribed as this. So we see that letter O represents the schwa sound, and this is the sound. Option A, so. Option B, sun. Option C, scissors. Option D, comb. Now, option A and D has the schwa sound, but then it is a diphthong and not a monophthong as this. So this is wrong and this is wrong. Option B is wrong because the sound is not there at all. Then option C, you have scissors, and we have the sound there. So this is the correct answer. Now let's go over to the screen. You can see option C is the correct answer. Question 50. Choose the word that has the same consonant sound as the one in brackets. The word is nonchalant. Option A, television. Option B, arch. Option C, champagne. Option D, chest. Now let's go over to the board for the transcription. The word nonchalant is transcribed as this. The CH representing the sound. Now let's go back to the options. We have television. This is wrong. The sound is not present at all. Now, option B, this is a consonant sound, which should not be separated. Okay. Option C, champagne, though it's CH, but then it is not pronounced as this, it is pronounced as this. So this is our correct answer. This is wrong. Option D, chest, it is not pronounced as sh, it is pronounced as ch. So this is also wrong. So the confusion is not all words beginning or ending with CH should be pronounced as ch, as in this. Some words are pronounced as sh. So let's go back to the screen. Our option is option C. The correct answer is C. Question 51. Choose the word that has the same consonant sound as the one in brackets. The word is smooth. Option A, wealth. Option B, wealthy. Option C, brother. And option D, dress. Now let's go over to the board for the transcription. So the word smooth is transcribed as this with this voiced sound. Voiced, I mean there should be a vibration somewhere around here when you pronounce the sound, as opposed to this, which is voiceless. So this is wrong. This is wrong. And this is wrong. So let's go back to the screen, and you can find it in option C. Option C is the correct answer. Question 52. Choose the word that has the same consonant sound as the one in brackets. The word is asked. Option A, whistle. Option B, bed. Option C, set. Option D, third. Now let's go over to the board for the transcription. So the word is transcribed as this with the letters ED representing the t sound. Now the letter T is silent in the pronunciation of the song, so it is pronounced as whistle. Option B, bed, which is wrong. This is wrong. This is also wrong. This is right because it has the sound. Then third, it is not pronounced as t, it is a theta sound. So this is also wrong. Now in addition, I want you to note that most words ending with K, once you have ED added to it, it is pronounced as T. Words like sack, lack, and leak, and so on and so forth. Once you add ED to it, you transcribe it as this sound from here is transcribed as this. So that's a plus. Now let's go back to the board. Answer is set. Option C is the correct answer. Do not forget to take practice questions with our simulated JAMB CBT past questions. All you need to do is click on the link in the description below where it takes you to my school website. There you can download my school software for your computers and laptops, or you can download my school mobile app for your Android phones. So go ahead and download it and start practicing in preparations for your coming exam. Now question 53. Choose the word that has the same consonant sound as the one in brackets. The word is lose. Option A, lose. Option B, sue. Option C, refuse. Option D, phones. Now let's go over to the board and see the transcription. The word is pronounced lose with this sound Z. This is voice. There should be a vibration, or you should feel a vibration when you pronounce the sound. Option A is loose. This is voiceless. No vibration is needed to pronounce the sound. So this is wrong. Option B, su. This is also wrong. Option C, refuse. We have the sound, the voiceless sound. This is wrong. Option D, phones. So you have the voiced sound here. This is correct. Option D is correct. So from my explanation, we'll see that phones is correct. Option D is the correct answer. I believe you've enjoyed this video. Do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and hit on the bell notification to get notified when we upload the next video. Question 54. Choose the word that has a different stress pattern. Option A, calendar. Option B, allowed. Option C, mechanic. Option D, convivial. Now let's go back to the board and see the breakdown of the stress, for the stress and for the syllables. Option A, calendar. It is stressed at the first syllable. Now when we talk about stress, we mean that particular syllable that carries strength, that carries the higher pitch, that is articulated louder than the rest. So we have the stress on the first syllable for the word calendar. We have the stress on the second syllable for the word allowed. Option C on the second syllable, and option D on the second syllable. Now from my explanation, we'll see that option A is the correct answer, as opposed to option B, C, and D with the stress at the second syllable. Now here is a tip. Let's go back to the board. Now for every preposition that begins with A, you have the stress on the second syllable. Now this is a plus because of this word, though it's an adverb. Now words like above, against, about, again, they are all stressed on the second syllable. So that's a tip. So let's go back to the board. Option B, option C, and option D are stressed on the second syllable. Option A, calendar, is the correct answer. Question 55. Choose the one that has a different stress pattern. Option A, enlighten. Option B, unwanted. Option C, agitate. Option D, informal. Now let's go back to the board to see the breakdown. Enlighten, we have the stress on the second syllable. Unwanted, we have the stress on the second syllable. Agitate, the stress on the first syllable. Informal, the stress on the second syllable. Now let's go back to the board. We'll see that option C has a different stress pattern. It has a stress pattern on the first syllable as opposed to the rest, which have their stresses on the second syllable. Option C is the correct answer. Question 56. Choose the word that has a different stress pattern. Option A, incinerator. Option B, indicate. Option C, increase. Option D, euphemism. Now let's go over to the board to see the breakdown. Incinerator has its stress on the second syllable. Indicate, the stress on the first syllable. Increase, which functions as a noun, has the stress on the first syllable. Euphemism has the stress on the first syllable. Now, the controversy here would be that increase can also be pronounced as increase, which would take the function, grammatical function of a verb. So you have it as this. This is a verb. So it is best for you to conclude that this is stressed on the first syllable, so as to justify that your answer, option A, is the correct answer. So let's go back to the screen. Incinerator has the stress on the second syllable as opposed to option B, C, and D, which has the stress on the first syllable. Option A, incinerator, is our answer. Question 57. Choose the one that has the same rhyme scheme. The one is dice. Option A, mint. Option B, rice. Option C, fried. Option D, case. Now let's go over to the board and see the breakdown in transcription. Now the word yes is dice. Now for rhyming scheme, we are looking at the sound that ends that word. The sound that ends a particular word. Now look at the sound that ends this word as followed by I. Then we have D at the beginning. Now let's go over to the first option. Option A means we have t as opposed to s. So this is wrong. It doesn't rhyme. It is not the same. Option B, rice. Now we see that the sound is similar at the end. So this is correct. Option C, fried. It is different. So this is wrong. Option D, case. Now we also have the sound, which is the same. But we can't have two answers. So we go to the sound before s sound. We have I. Now let's look at the two options we have left. We have I here, but we have A here. So this is super correct. So our answer is B. Now let's go back to the board. Option B is the correct answer. Rice, dice. Question 58. In each of the questions, the word in capital letter has the emphatic stress. Choose the option to which the given sentence relates. The traditional chief narrated the story to the children. A. The children heard the story from the traditional chief. B. Who narrated the story to the children? C. The children should not listen to the story by the traditional chief. D. The chief hide the story from the children. Now, in summary, emphatic stress is used to connect, to show clarity, or to compare. Now, generally, emphatic stress is that stress, that emphasis placed on a word in a sentence. Now, when we look at this question, we'll see that narrated has been stressed. Now, in examination, what you need to do is you need to look out for that sentence that is interrogative in nature, in appearance. When I say interrogative, I mean a question that is in form of a question. And you also need to look out for that word that contradicts the stressed word. So we are looking out for interrogative statements that has a word that contradicts this stressed word. Now let's look at the options. The children heard the story from the traditional chief. Now, heard contradicts the verb narrated, but then it is not interrogative in nature. It doesn't ask a question. It's a statement. Now, option B, who narrated the story to the children? Now, narrated is used here, and it is the same here. So this is not our answer because it has been repeated. Option C, the children could not listen to the story by the traditional chief. Now, the word listen here contradicts, but then it is not a question. Now, let's look at D. Did the chief hide the story from the children? Now, this is a question. This is an interrogative statement, and then I contradicts narrated. So, option D is the correct answer. Question 59. In each of the questions, the word in capital letter has the emphatic stress. Choose the option which the given sentence relates. The accountant paid the workers July salary in September. Now, the word stressed is accountant. Now, don't forget that we are looking out for an interrogative statement that contradicts the word emphasized or stressed. Option A, when were the workers paid? Now, this option is interrogative actually, but then it does not contradict the word accountant. There's no word here in this sentence that contradicts this. So this is not our answer. Option B, did the cashier pay the workers salary in September? Now, this is interrogative and it contradicts the word accountant. It is used as cashier here. So option B is our answer. But let's go further. Option C, workers received their July salary in September. Now, this is a statement and it also does not contradict. Option D, the September salary was paid in July. This is a statement and it does not contradict. So judging from my explanation, we see that option B is the correct answer. Do not forget that there are several solution providers waiting to answer your questions. So feel free to use the link in the description below that takes you to my school website where you can ask your questions, and then solutions will be provided to you within a short period of time. So go ahead and ask your questions. Moving on to question 60. In each of the questions, the word in capital letters has the emphatic stress. Choose the option to which the given sentence relates. The cat devoured the rats. Now, the word stressed is devoured. Option A, did the rat devour the cat? Do not forget that we are looking out for interrogative statements that contradicts the emphasized word. Option A again, did the rat devour the cat? This is a question, but then it does not contradict. Why? Because devour has been used again in the statement. Option B, what devour the rat? This is a question, but then it does not contradict because devoured has been used again. Don't be deceived by the change in tenses. Either present tense or past tense, it is still the same. Option C, did the cat pet the rat? Now, this is an interrogative statement, and then it contradicts. Why? Because the word has been changed to pet. Option C is our answer. Option D, is this rat that the cat devoured? Now, this is a question too, but then it does not contradict because devoured is in the statement. Now, option C is the correct answer. Did the cat pet the rat? If you have better steps, solutions, or explanations to any of those questions, feel free to use the comment section below. Indicates the question number and the solutions you would like to share. Questions 61 to 65 are questions derived from a passage, so I would suggest you click on the link in the description below where it takes you to my school website. There you have full access to read this passage. So please read this passage with understanding, or you could pause this video as it is being displayed on the screen. Do not forget to read this passage for proper understanding. Moving to question 61, which of the following is the main topic of the passage? A, the characteristics of sea anemones. B, the variation of sea life. C, the defense of coelenterate. D, a comparison of land and sea animals. Now, if you've read this passage, you see that this passage talks about the futures of sea anemones. So, option A is the correct answer. Question 62. The word shapes in line 1 is closest meaning to A, nature, B, length, C, form, D, race. Now, if you've read this passage, you see that the first line contains a description of sea anemones as one with a plant-like shape. So the word shape there, when you look at the options, you see that form is the best answer for this question. Why? Because form has to do with shape or visible future. So option C is the correct answer. Question 63. The author compares sea anemone's tentacle to a flower's A, stem, B, petals, C, leaves, D, roots. Now in the passage, you see that in paragraph 1, sentence 2, the writer compares sea anemone's stem and tentacles to petals in shades of blue, green, red, and pink. So option B is the correct answer. Question 64. It can be inferred from the passage that sea anemones are A, attached to stationary surfaces, B, eating inside cylindrical objects, C, searching for food, D, floating among underwater flowers. Now in the passage, the last sentence in paragraph 1, we see that these creatures, sea anemones, usually attach their bodies on rocks, shell, and wharf pilings. Now these are stationary objects, these are stationary surfaces. So option A is the correct answer. Eating inside cylindrical objects. No, they are not eating inside cylindrical objects. The passage actually describes their bodies as cylindrical. Searching for food. The passage did not tell us that they search for food. It tells us how they actually catch their food. Option D, floating among underwater flowers. This is not in the context of the passage at all. So option A is the best answer. Question 65. The word capture as used in the passage means A, cover, B, catch, C, clean, D, control. In the passage, we see that these creatures use their tentacles to capture food. What does it mean to capture? To seize, to get an hold on, to catch. So we see that option B is the correct answer. We've come to the end of this segment, and I'm sure you enjoyed this video. So please do well to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and tap on the bell notification to get notified when we upload new videos.